Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Tuesday, April 18th, 2023. And we begin with one of the oldest known meteor showers back in town for its annual April light show. The Lyrids are pieces of space debris from the comet C-1861 G1 Thatcher. According to CBS News, the first known sighting was 2,700 years ago in 67 BC. Every spring since, Earth runs into what's left of it, which leads to a cosmic repeat performance. This year, the Lyrid's meteor shower started last weekend and will run for 2 weeks, with the best viewing day on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern in the Northern Hemisphere. During peak years, the Lyrids post up to 100 meteors an hour, but more typical is 10 to 20. NASA recommends interested stargazers lie flat on their backs with their feet facing east and be patient. Patience is also key for those hoping to see the world's biggest, heaviest rocket take flight. Yesterday, a frozen valve in the booster forced SpaceX to scrub the highly anticipated launch of its gargantuan 394-foot stainless steel Starship. After the no-go call, SpaceX ground teams continued pumping in fuel, which turned the canceled launch into a wet dress rehearsal for the next attempt, which could come as early as tomorrow. Something is underfoot at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Starting this summer, the National Park Service will spend $70 million to turn a giant hidden underground chamber beneath the 175-ton statue of America's 16th president into an interactive exhibit featuring memorable moments that took place in and around the monument, like Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. The Park Service is reportedly targeting July 4th, 2026 as the opening date for the new museum, which also marks the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Bunk beds at 35,000 feet? Sign us up! In September 2024, Air New Zealand will be the first airline to roll out triple-decker sleep cubbies in economy. 6 SkyNests will be available on long-haul and ultra-long-haul flights, with each pod offered for 4-hour blocks as an add-on to your actual seat on the plane. And flyers will get more than just a place to stretch out. Each pod comes with full-size pillows, bedding, earplugs, a reading light, a USB port, and a ventilation outlet. In today's KidNuz notes, if your parents or guardians seem a little more distracted than usual today, it could be because today is tax day in the U.S., the day Uncle Sam asks for his annual share of their paychecks. The money collected goes to a lot of things like funding schools, roads, and healthcare. And Super Mario continues to steamroll the competition. The animated movie zoomed past Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania to rank as the top-grossing movie of the year and will soon cross the 1 billion mark at the box office. It's also now the #1 video game adaptation of all time, after passing up Warcraft and Pokemon Detective Pikachu. That's it for KidNuz this morning. Now our KidNuz quiz, generously sponsored today by the Kristens and Laytons of Washington, D.C., to wish a big happy birthday to Maggie, who turns 12 this week. Mom, Dad, Bridget, Lula, Arthur, and Thor hope you have a great day, and so do we. Now today's quiz. What's the name of the meteor shower now visible? The Lyrids. The hidden chamber beneath which D.C. monument is getting a multi-year makeover? The Lincoln Memorial. Why did SpaceX cancel yesterday's launch of the most powerful rocket ever built? Reportedly because of a frozen valve. Which movie is taking the box office by storm? Super Mario Brothers. In today's KidNuz kicker, he has a lot to be thankful for, and he knows it. Last Friday, actor Jeremy Renner spent time and shared his appreciation with the care flight nurse who plucked him out of the snow and with the doctors and nurses from Renown Regional Medical Center in Reno, Nevada, who helped him recover from his devastating run-in with a 7-ton snowplow. He still walks with a cane, but he's making remarkable progress, enough to sit for interviews, and even earlier this week to walk hand-in-hand with his 10-year-old daughter Ava at the premiere of his Disney Plus series Renovations. Lions. The man who also plays Hawkeye in the Marvel movies told the Reno Gazette that Ava didn't realize what he did for a living until recently. Of the fans who clamor to see him, he says, "She's always rolling her eyes, but I think she's secretly proud of it as well." Thanks again to the Kristens and Laytons of Washington, D.C. for underwriting today's quiz. Happiest of birthdays to Maggie. A big shout out to all her friends and 6th grade classmates at Sidwell Friends School. And hello to Lula and Arthur's fellow Lions in Mr. Long's class at Our Lady of Lourdes School in Bethesda. And we want to recognize our other KidNuz classrooms, starting with Mrs. Carlos and her Fighting Eagles at Bayou Community Academy in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Ms. Pemberton and Mr. Spellman and their travelers at Ramona Elementary in Wilmette, Illinois. Mr. Patrick and his masterminds at Central Woodlands in Ada, Michigan. Mr. Monroe and his All-Star Lions at Almondale Elementary in Bakersfield, California. And Ms. Weatherly and her Gators at Stetzer Elementary in Chester, Pennsylvania. Thanks for listening. Please take a moment to rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.